Hello, music software training members and non-members alike. Jason here. Um, just wanted to kind of show you something that I was working on now that I've had a chance to start diving back into music. Many of you know that I just did a move from Iowa City, Iowa to Denver. So it took a little bit of time to get back up and running and then get my head back into writing again. So I've been going out to some really great clubs out here, meeting a lot of really great people, and getting pretty inspired with some of the sounds that I'd been hoping to hear in both Los Angeles and Iowa City, and wasn't hearing much of it at all. So this has been really educational for me to be able to stand in a really good sounding club and hear these sounds and figure out what works and what doesn't from the perspective of a club environment. So I've been taking some time kind of building some templates and trying to dial in some of these sounds that I'm currently enjoying right now. So I got a little groove here that I've put together over the last couple days, and I'm definitely going to work this into a fuller song. But I figured I would show you kind of where my process is at, just in case it can help anyone else doing what they're doing. So let me play this little loop here, and here we go. You're probably going to want to put headphones on to listen to the tones and everything like that. If you're playing through your computer speakers, you're probably really not going to get the whole sound design vibe and the low end and all that stuff. But anyway, let me break this loop down and kind of show you what I did piece by piece. So here's the kick. Which has a real nice tone to it. I really like it. So let me show you what it was sounding like before any effects. Take off all this stuff here. So I'm using the kick rack from the master template that I built and putting it to good use here. And so this is the raw kick. It's a pretty good start. So then what I did was I isolated the low end here by making an effect rack, and then on a different chain I've added some distortion to the upper end. Give it a little more click and body. Leave that off there. Glue compressor and a limiter. Now where this really gets fun is I've incorporated a corpus instrument. And basically this is like a physical modeling tool, and it could really affect your sound. So I created a return effect to run certain things through this corpus. And I'll just show you how it assists the sound. So it kind of fills up a lot of space here. So what it's doing is it's running through like a membrane here. And I've also tuned this down to a frequency that matches with the rest of the song. So this is like a C sharp. And then I just dialed in some of the settings until I got the sound that I wanted with the decay and material settings and all that different stuff. Since it's a return, I put this at 100% wet dry, and then I was just able to kind of mix this in until I was happy. And I also added an amp here, which is a real subtle difference actually. It just adds some overtones though that are noticeable. So that's what I'm doing to get the kick sound as it is. Next, the bass. I've got two massive instruments here, and one is giving more of a deeper sound, and another one is just adding kind of a layer of more high frequency. And these can kind of be mixed and matched throughout the song. So here's the bass part here. So here's the lower end sound. And here's the upper end sound. If you want to take a look, this is what I've got going on. Just added a low extender here. Even though I'm cutting out the low, the compression adds a little something. And definitely adds something here in the lower frequency massive here. And together I think they sound pretty nice. So if I play that with the kick, next we'll get into some of the other percussive parts. So I've got my hi-hat here, which I'm pretty happy with. Got a nice overdriven sound that I like. And I also added the corpus on top of that to give it a little bit more body as well. It's just a little touch, but it also helps make all the drums sound like they're in the same room. So I started once again for this hi-hat sound with the master template. Oh, actually, okay, I did an audio version of this, so I ended up rendering it to audio and then affecting it. So the original sound, for the most part, without reverb and delay and all that stuff, sounds like this. Let me turn the utility on as I bring some of these up. Gives it a nice sturdy sound, a little reverb, a little delay, and some erosion to make it sound a little dirtier for my tastes. And then these parts here are just loops, and I kind of left them as is because they're just playing a supporting role, and I thought they had a pretty good rhythm as it is. And just a little shaker on the right ear. So we got this little shuffle towards the left and this on the right. So these are played together. And then when it's played with the hi-hat, just gives some nice movement. And then this here is, I basically manipulated what I believe is the main hi-hat part, and then I ran it through a corpus as well. And it gave this kind of nice, dark, wooden type tone, and dirtied it up a little bit. But let me show you the original. And yeah, that's the sound just all by itself. The corpus kind of adds that nice big sound. And then another corpus. Saturation, gate, and EQ. So it just sits well in the mix and doesn't muddy up the bass. And then finally, once again, using the master template, I used the electronic drums, and I kind of shuffled through some of the clap sounds, and I found a clap that I like. Here, let me take the effects off so you can hear what the original sounds like. All right. Then I dirtied it up a little bit with the amp, gate, glue compressor, and this just kind of gives it more of a stereo sound by kind of offsetting the microseconds on the left side and the right side. Now you hear it in both speakers. And then I layered with that my own hand clap. So this here is me just clapping my hands right in the iMac speaker just to get this like dirty lo-fi type of sound. And it's just a layer of several claps on top of each other. I think I used the looper instrument to record it, but I can't recall 100%, but basically you can do the same thing with looper either way. So together they kind of fill out a nice sound, I think. And then I added the reverb as a send, so without the reverb. And with the reverb. So that pretty much builds my whole loop here. So I hope you got something out of that. I just want to show you guys what I have been working on. I know that besides my recent blog, I've been a little bit quiet. So this just allows you to kind of look over my shoulder and see what I'm up to. Once the song's done, I'll make this available in the member section so you can actually grab the song and use it however you want. If you want to tear it apart or remix it or whatever, members, you can feel free to do that. And I'll be back with another update soon.